Hare Krishna, dearest souls. Unfortunately, the last video shot, it disappeared somehow. So that's the nature of these things in the material world, and it can actually be quite humbling, so it's quite good. You might think, oh, I've produced a video, and then, it slips from your grip somehow, and it goes, oh, actually, I'm not the controller. I can't control everything, so it's good. But, yeah, welcome back, dearest souls, for another session of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra chanting. And what is this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? It's described as the great mantra for this age, Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is defined to be the age of quarrel. Kali meaning quarrel, and Yuga meaning age. And so we can see that quarrel is everywhere, darkness is everywhere, hypocrisy is everywhere. Am I hypocritic even? Yes, to a degree, of course. Once you embark on the journey of meditation, it's a process of becoming more and more refined and pure in your way of life and what you speak and how you conduct yourself and all of these things. But it's really amazing that the process does chip away at all of the darkness over time. So this is something that can be experienced within this meditation. And for those of you who don't know what the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is, it's comprised of 3 names, Hare, Krishna and Rama, and then those 3 names are comprised and constructed into a 16-worded / named sentence, which goes Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And I'll say it one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And maybe one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And yes, so this mantra purifies the heart. It makes you conscious of who you really are, which is soul, beyond body and mind. This body and this mind are like vehicles, according to the ancient yoga meditation texts of ancient India, this ancient wisdom from ancient India, like rubber, basically. They're not rubber, but pretty much, it's like a mannequin. But what's giving the mannequin life, so to speak, is soul. That's what's, that is what is making the whole body conscious. That is what is either animating or helping to animate the body, and what is death? Death is simply the evacuation, so to speak, of soul, which is who you really are. So, the yoga meditation text, this ancient wisdom from ancient India, explains that this is what this life is about. It's becoming conscious of who you really are. Why? You might say, well, why do I need to do that? Why can't I just be the body? Or why can't I just be satisfied with how things are right now? Well, we have to ask ourselves genuinely, are we getting full satisfaction, fulfillment from simply identifying with this vehicle, and trying to get pleasure but not quite getting the pleasure that we want, or at least in my personal experience, I couldn't from this body. It just leads to black hole, basically. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear that. That leads to black hole, just because it didn't really make sense when I said it the first time to me, even. I apologize if it did make sense to you, the word black hole. Or no, it's not one word, it's a phrase, I guess. I'm sorry if it's not, dear souls, but, yeah, black hole, basically. Just hopelessness, depression, loneliness, all of these things. Why do we put on, why do we put on so much makeup? The insecurities there, the wanting to connect with someone else's body and mind is there because we haven't found the fulfillment within ourselves that we're looking for. So that's a little bit of talking on the wisdom from ancient India, this ancient yoga meditation wisdom from ancient India. And why India? Well, these nuggets of wisdom actually are spread, so I'm going to say they're spread all around the world, just in different parts of the world. It just happens that, so I'm going to say it just so happens that there is incredibly comprehensive wisdom from India specifically. And I actually don't know more, so I'm going to say I don't know much more in terms of the details of how to answer that, but that's something I could look into as well. So yeah, it's a completely, so I'm going to say it's a very gradual process for all of us, but the main thing is this meditation. That's where all the realizations and the deepness of heart and the clarity of mind come from. So we'll begin with a little bit of meditation. Musical style, singing style, that's my preference. I'm sorry if that annoys you. But whether you like to sing or you like music or not, you can engage in any way. Sing with me, hum with me, scream, shout, talk it with me, this Hare Krishna Maha mantra. Listen if you like. That is just as much of an engagement as verbalizing the Hare Krishna Maha mantra. Think this Hare Krishna Maha mantra. This is a completely unconditional process. You or I or anyone who's watching here or participating, that's a more appropriate word in my opinion actually. Anyone who's participating here with me right now, any one of us could wake up tomorrow with a new bodily or mental condition where we're totally just paralyzed, basically. Maybe that's more of a bodily condition, I'm not sure. I'm not a medical specialist. But yeah, something like that, And there are even cases of persons who are very dedicated sincerely, as far as I'm aware and have heard, to this process of expressing the Hare Krishna Maha mantra, who have been in situations where you might think, oh my God, how could they go on, expressing this Hare Krishna Maha mantra, but they do, because they can see what's in store inside the Hare Krishna Maha mantra. So we'll begin, and I'll select a melody, and I'm going to use my hands as instruments, because I have no other instruments with me, and feel free to sit with me, lie down with me, walk from here to there, so to speak, with me, anything, This is up to you, it's down to you. This is about taking personal inner responsibility, We've been taught how to take responsibility in every other which way, and how many people actually do it perfectly, all of the material responsibilities. I doubt anyone does. That's the nature of material life. It's dualistic. People make mistakes. People forget, and then remember, and then forget. That's the nature of material life. So why not go inside and go deep into the core of our real self, soul, and into our hearts as well. So, we'll start. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And those claps, by the way, are for you. They're never for me, otherwise that would be a little bit strange. Yeah, thank you so much for participating with me in this meditation. It's described in the ancient yoga meditation texts of ancient India that this is the only way to really just open up the heart and expand the heart over a lifetime. And is this about changing anything external? No. Some things that we were once attached to may fade away on their own. But I'm talking about, does this mean that you have to live somewhere different or dress differently or work somewhere different than where you are currently? No. You simply add this Hare Krishna Maha mantra to your life like you would add strawberries to a vanilla ice cream, and then it becomes pretty brilliant. Yeah, on the inside, that is what matters the most, because this body is going to go, the mind is going to go. For a lot of people it does. They develop conditions and the mind is totally lost. So why not start on the inside and focus on the inside? Sorry, that was a burp. I'm sorry, dearest souls. Sorry, I meant to say dearest souls. If that all makes sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't, dearest souls. But yeah, work on the inside if you feel so inclined, or if you like to try. That's not an instruction or like an assertion, if that makes sense, but just a warm suggestion, because ultimately we have to live our life for ourselves. So if I were to start going dun 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 dun, but actually not be able to take responsibility for your life, that is not very kind of me. So these are simply warm suggestions. I was going to say loving, but my heart is still quite dark, so maybe I'm not quite there yet. But definitely warm suggestions. This is a gradual process of starting to open up the heart. Because real love, that goes beyond, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, I'm sorry if it doesn't. Dearest souls, sorry I meant to say, dearest souls, real love goes beyond hugs and kisses and smiles. I could smile until something comes home, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I love you. I could hug you and it doesn't necessarily mean that I love you. Real and genuine love, so I'm going to say love, goes much deeper than that and goes far beyond, way beyond, in other words, if that makes sense to ourselves. that, all of that bodily stuff and mental stuff, you know. Then when you're in the presence of someone who's been expressing this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for a very long time, every word that they say, it just hits you, and then you just start crying. That was at least my experience, in a way that no one else could hit you inside before. Yeah, and it's a really magical process, starting from the inside. Only then can we help others, you know, and genuinely love others. That goes beyond, you know, friendship notes or something like that. Very sentimental, very material. Yeah, so I would warmly suggest to, in your own way, you could even like express this Hare Krishna mantra very slowly, you know, or very quickly. It's really up to you. Whatever works for you. Yeah, because life is short, you know, and we never know when we're going to go, actually. I could die tomorrow, you know, so why not I start on the inside, knowing that when I leave this body, soul, me, you know, I've spent the last moments of my life working on the inside, you know, as opposed to getting a boob job, you know, or gambling on a lotto ticket, or something like that, you know. Yeah, we're not, so I meant to say we're not, sorry, I meant to say to ourselves, we are not, yeah, okay, sorry, I meant to say to ourselves, we are not, there we go, guaranteed anything on the material level, you know. Everything that we have right now, if we have a lot on the material level, so to speak, or quite literally, actually, you know, it could be taken from us any moment, you know, and a lot of our life is spent trying to take shelter of what is going to leave us at any moment. Yeah, but any work that you do on the inside, it stays. It doesn't leave ever. So that's the last thing I will say. Hare Krishna, dearest souls. It is evening time right now where I am, but maybe you might engage with this meditation of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, expressing at another time. It could be daytime or something like that. Yeah. So I'll just say, well, no, actually, no, I won't. I'll say Hare Krishna. That's all I'll say. Hare Krishna, dear souls. Hare Krishna, dear souls. Hare Krishna.